Hi! Okay, so today I want to talk about love and relationships. And I want to share with you one of the things that used to make me really unhappy in my relationship and how I got over it. I used to get really upset with Yuri, my husband, during special occasions, which is incredibly ironic because those are the times where you're supposed to be happy and celebrating, but Christmas and birthdays, we always almost used to get into rows because Yuri would buy me something that I find completely baffling. Like one time he got me like a cup. It was like a bottom cup, so it's like a really nice cup, but still a cup for my birthday. I was really upset and we had this huge argument. I really wanted to know why he got me a cup. For me, the act of this gift indicates or implies to me at the time that he didn't care about me enough to really bother buying me something that could make me feel special. So after that huge argument, I had this mindset that, okay, you know what, Xandria? I don't want to be upset over this whole like gifting thing anymore. So one Christmas, I decided that I'm going to get Yuri a gift. And in my mind, I was mentally preparing myself, right? That if he doesn't buy anything for me for Christmas, because we don't really celebrate Christmas in a big way, I would be okay with it, right? Because it's me who wants to buy him something. So I was mentally ready and we were away on vacation at the time, and so I gave him his present, and lo and behold, he didn't get anything for me. But I was mentally prepared, so I didn't get upset, and we had a great time on vacation. We came back home and 1 day passes, 2 day passes, and I'm like, well, we're back home. He could have easily gotten me a present because, if he didn't get me a present before, maybe it's fine because, he doesn't know that I'm going to get him something. But now that he knows, why couldn't he have just gone to someplace and got me something small as a gesture? Why didn't he? So even though I really genuinely didn't want to get upset over this and I really didn't want to have an argument over this, I couldn't help but bring it up, and obviously that escalated into something much bigger and we had another argument. I don't know if you guys have heard about the love languages. A lot of you probably would have read the book by Dr. Gary Chapman. So his theory is that there are 5 love languages and different people have different love languages on what will make them feel loved and cared for. So the 5 different love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Mine, not surprisingly, is receiving gifts. And this is where it gets really interesting. Once I've discovered what my love language is, I told Yuri what it was and we talked about it. And I could go down the path of thinking that, well, now that you already know, and if you still don't put effort into getting me gifts on special occasions, it must mean that you don't care because you already know, you already have the information. Now, that to me didn't make so much sense because I believe that he does care. So it really made me think that, all right, why is receiving gifts my love language? And I realized that growing up, my parents made a huge deal out of my birthdays. We were not very well off growing up, but my parents would always make the effort to buy small little things and wrap them up individually. So I would have tons of presents to open because it is the act of opening presents that's really fun. And I've always had that growing up. During Christmas, I would always get gifts from Santa, and I would wake up early in the Christmas morning and jump on my mom's bed and be super excited that Santa got me this bracelet from the North Pole. My association with gifts and special occasions is very tied to feeling loved, feeling special, and feeling cared for. And so now I can trace back and see where this need comes from. And once I realized it, I can decide on several things. One of the things is that even though it is naturally what I would want, now that I understand why I wanted it, I could stop associating love and care and special with this one act. Because when I really ask myself, do I believe that Yuri cares? Yes, I do. Do I believe that he loves me? Yes, I do. And so I find that if I insist on holding on so tightly, to this form of action to verify or to identify that a person cares for me, then I'm missing out on all the other things that he is showing that indicates that he does care for me. When he gives up his time to help me do something like setting up for shoots. He knows I have no food at home. He'll like buy food back for me. And when we're having disagreements, Yuri is always very patient. Even when he's upset, he's always willing to give his time and not make me feel like, oh, this is such a waste of time. Why are we still talking about this, right? He's always there. And all of these things, I feel like they are acts of love. And so once I stopped associating like, oh, receiving gifts is my love language and this is how I want to feel cared for, I felt like it opened me up to being aware of so many other things that he's doing that I didn't necessarily place as like a primary showcase of love. We can be receiving so many things, but we only notice or pay attention to one or two particular things because these are our conditioning. These are what we grow up seeing. Maybe our parents used to do it. There's family conditioning involved. This is why we value certain things higher. Or maybe we've seen movies or read books and our perception of what love and care should be is actually from what we've absorbed. They all influence how we perceive love and how we would like to receive love. And so for me, this entire process of breaking down, number one, why would I keep getting upset over the same thing? Two, why do I need to receive love in a certain way? Why do I need it so badly? Number three, well, can I let that go and stop identifying love as only that and begin to open myself up to other forms of receiving love? And this has completely changed, I think, the dynamics of our relationship, because you know how before I was trying to mentally prepare myself to not get upset, and I know a lot of us make effort in our relationship where we tell ourselves that we're not going to get upset this time, but every time the thing happens, we get triggered again. And so for me, this entire practice is so healthy and so interesting because I stopped being triggered. So it is not about just wanting to not get upset. It is really identifying why we would get upset. It's very natural for us to want to be loved in a certain way. But what I realized is that we can totally rewrite what is natural for us, especially if it's making us unhappy. For example, if you're in a relationship and you love pears, and all you want is pears, 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 but all around you, you're getting fruits thrown at you like strawberries and cherries and mangoes and pineapples and all the other delicious fruits, but they're all just landing around you. You don't even see them because in your mind, I love pears. I want pears. We can be sitting in a garden full of beautiful fruits, but we don't see them because we're crying. We don't have pears. And all we want are pears. Like, put that way, when I really ask myself, Xandria, why do you get upset over the things you get upset about? And when I really think about it and break them down like I always like to do, I realize that a lot of my unhappiness, it doesn't come from the other person, it's all up here and how we see things. So receiving gifts, right? I still love it because, I have an association with it growing up and it does still make me feel really special. But I've stopped identifying it as like a benchmark as to whether someone cares for me or not. And that ultimately has made me so happy. It's a different kind of freedom that you're giving to yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope that it has been helpful to you in your relationship in any way. Let me know in the comments if there's any topic you would like me to talk about, whether you want to hear more on love and relationships or other things that you want me to discuss and how to break things down and work through certain problems that we have. Let me know in the comments. Have a great day and be happy always. Bye.